Welcome to the channel. For those of you who are not here for the first time, then welcome back. For those of you who have seen me before, I might look a bit different today. That's because I am wearing false lashes. Not something I typically do, but I decided to step out of my comfort zone a bit today, so that's what's going on. But that's not what this video is about. Today I'm going to be showing you how I did a full sleek ponytail from start to finish with some flat twists at the front and did my nails. I started off by moisturizing my hair with the Lilu's Cosmetics Curly Perfection Styling Cream. Though it's a styler, it's so thick and creamy that I've been using it as my primary moisturizer for a couple weeks. And then after that, I went in with their Yardie Roots Hair Growth Oil for my hair and my scalp. So when I started this video, my hair was already moisturized and oiled. And I just parted off the front section of my hair and pinned away the back. That area in the front is where I want all of my flat twists to be. So I'm just going over it again to make sure that the line is exactly where I want it, which is from the front of one ear all the way over to the front of my other ear. And I'm going to position the comb right off center a little bit in the front and then carry that line all the way back to just behind my ear on one side. I want to have a zigzag kind of pattern, so I'm going to be doing the same thing on both sides all the way back until I finish that front section of hair. I'm going to be using my very own DIY flaxseed gel. It's so thick and it holds my hair in place so well, so I've been using it for a very long time. And I'm going to be applying it to the base of my hair or just along the roots, smoothing it down with my fingers first and then going back in with the tail comb just to kind of smooth it out even more, because I want this hairstyle to last at least a week and I want it to stay pretty neat throughout the whole week. So I'm applying a generous amount of gel and then I'm just going to do a basic flat twist all the way down the length of my hair. If you're looking for someone to tell you exactly how to do a flat twist, then you're definitely in the wrong place. I only learned to do flat twists very recently, so I'm not really one to teach. But if you just look at what I'm doing, it's pretty straightforward. So after I finished the first flat twist going in one direction, I'm going slightly above it. And then I'm doing the same part in the opposite direction, and that's going to help to form the zigzag. So still a little bit off center. And yeah, I'm just repeating the same thing I did in step 1, but on the opposite side. I ended up with 3 flat twists on either side. The parts seem fairly clean and I do have the zigzag effect that I was going for, so I was pretty satisfied up to this point. And now I'm going to move on to the back of my head, which is really very straightforward. I'm just taking my spray bottle, wetting my hair with water to help the gel go on smoother and to soften up my hair even more. And then I'm going to separate the top section of hair, which is longer than the very back, because my undercut is still growing out, so it hasn't caught up with the rest of my hair yet. So here I'm applying gel all throughout that back section of hair to help it lay very smooth for a really long time. And then I'm going to apply and then I'm going to apply gel to the rest of my hair and then just brush it back into a low sleek ponytail. And again, I'm using a pretty generous amount of gel because I want my hair to be neat for a pretty long time, but also because flaxseed gel works really well on my hair without making it feel heavy or crispy or weighed down or anything like that. It also doesn't flake like other gels that I've used, so I'm not afraid to use a lot of it on my hair. So after I've applied as much gel as I think I need, I'm twisting the ends of the flat twist around my fingers in the same direction I did them initially, and this is going to help them be a little less chunky and lay a lot smoother against the rest of my hair. So I do that to both sides and then I'm going to pin it back neatly. And when I'm wrapping the scrunchie around my hair for the final time, I want to do it snug, that it's neat and it's holding everything like it's supposed to. But I'm not going to do it tight because it's just not worth it to me. Like, I don't know how people go into them hair ties and be walking around with a headache all day for the sake of a hairstyle. That's not gonna work. So everything is in place, but it's not tight, it's not uncomfortable. And then I'm gonna separate that back section of hair into two so I can braid them individually. And then I'm gonna wrap those two braids around each other and then create a little bun using a rubber band. And that's it for the back section. That's actually it for tonight. I started really late and I'm tired, so I'm just gonna tie my hair off with my headscarf, starting at the front, crossing at the back, and then I tie it at the front. Yeah, this is also really straightforward. You don't need instructions for this. Alright, so I was supposed to continue doing my hair the next day, but this is actually 3 days after. I just ended up waiting a long time to finish, but everything is still in place even though I haven't been wearing the headscarf all day. So the flaxseed gel did come through as usual, and I didn't have the curly hair that I wanted to make the ponytail, so I just wrapped the same yaman braiding hair that I've been using for a while around those little plastic rod things that you use to hold your curtains together, and I just applied some hot water to them in a container, left them overnight, and then I put them to dry. And we have whatever this is supposed to be. Like, when I did it initially, I thought, okay, this is gonna be curly, like a nice bouncy spiral kind of vibe. This is gonna be cute, this is gonna work. It didn't work. Like, I wasn't even sure how I was supposed to start separating these things because they were kind of matted together and holding on to each other. So as like I started to separate them and it just looked like I I just didn't know what was going on. And then I thought, this is not gonna work. I should just wear my hair as is and like don't bother with the ponytail. But I was like, you know what, I've gotten this far, I tried so hard, and I really want this to work, so I'm gonna at least separate them and then see how I feel. So this is me just untangling all of those pieces of hair and trying to be hopeful that it's gonna work. And to be honest, it wasn't like terrible, you know, like they were kind of curly, they were kind of defined-ish, sort of, not really. I'm just trying to speak positivity even now. But the curls were kind of defined, but they weren't uniform, they weren't very even. So some of them appeared a lot shorter, some of them were kind of like zigzag, some of them didn't really have much curl at all, which was kind of worrying when I looked at them individually. But when I clumped them together, I don't know, there was something going on that made me think, okay, maybe I should continue and this might work. So I moved on to doing the ponytail, and this is actually a method that I've seen before and I've been wanting to try, but I don't know, for some reason I just never got around to it. So I decided, you know what, this thing is already a train wreck, so I might as well try this other new thing that could potentially make it even worse. So here we are. That's the first one. I'm gonna show you the second one up close with instructions for those of you who like just didn't get it the first time. So basically, you're gonna take two pieces of hair, or one piece, or four, whichever. I just chose two because I thought that would be easier. You're going to loop it around the scrunchie, put your index finger and your thumb through the loop, and then drag the remaining pieces of hair through that loop, and then you tug on it to make sure that it's secure, and then you basically just pull it towards the other one so that they fill up the space, and you continue doing that as many times as you want around the scrunchie until it's your desired thickness. So I just kept doing that over and over again until it was where I wanted it to be. Once I was satisfied with the amount of volume I had, I pushed all of the hair towards one section of the scrunchie so that I would have a decent amount left over to wrap around the back of my hair a few times. And this really did make it a lot easier when I was doing the ponytail. So for this one, I put the ponytail on top of the bun in front of me, and I wrapped the scrunchie around it a couple of times, making sure it was completely secure and wouldn't like rock out of place. And then when I pushed the hair back, okay, something was happening. When I pushed the hair back, everything covered my hair, so I didn't need to do anything else to that back section except to take out a few pieces of hair and then wrap it around the base of the ponytail. And I think at this point I still had kind of mixed feelings about it, but I was like, you know what, it doesn't actually look so bad. This can work. We can leave the house and feel good about ourselves today. So I was kind of just going back and forth, feeling the texture and the volume of it all before I went in with a pair of scissors and trimmed up the ends just to make sure it was kind of even. Like, I'm trying to angle the scissors down so it looks a little more natural and not so blunt at the ends. I'm not a professional. I don't really know what I'm doing per se, but I see other people doing it. So we're just gonna angle the scissors and we're just gonna go in faith at this point. Alright, so looking at my hair now and looking at the hair we had when we just started, obviously we've made a significant improvement. So I was feeling pretty good about it at this point because it was not cute when I unrolled it from those rods. Okay. Alright, so I also told you I'm going to be showing you how I did my nails today. I'm going to be applying this set of press-on nails I got recently. So it comes with all the nails you need for extras and all of the things that you need to prep your nails to actually glue them on. So the first thing I did was to file my nails down and then clean them off with an alcohol pad. And this helps to create a kind of textured surface so that the glue holds better to your nail. I'm going to be pushing my cuticles back and then applying the glue so that everything holds in place. I started pressing the nails down and I just thought it would be easier to have something to hold it down rather than to be squeezing it down with my other hand. So I just got this clothespin, which might look kind of funny, but believe me, it does work. It saves a lot of time because I can quickly move from one finger to the next instead of just having to be there holding onto my finger the whole time for it to dry. So I did that to both hands, but here is a comparison of my left hand with a full set and then my right hand just short and completely naked. And now here is the finished product. I really like how these look. I feel like it looks very professional, like I actually had somebody do them for me, when it really just took about 20 minutes from start to finish. And it has a very nice glossy effect over all of that glitter. So now that my hot gal nails are on, my lashes do from a long time, and my ponytail is ready, I realized that I hadn't oiled my scalp in a couple days. So I'm going back in with the Yardie Roots hair and scalp oil, and I'm just gonna put a small amount between those parts, and then I'm gonna massage it in because you can't be a hot girl on your scalp dry. It's not gonna work. So get your scalp oil, oil your scalp, massage it in, and then we can move forward. Alright, so now that most of the work is out of the way, your girl just needs to get dressed. And I mean, come on, just, you know what, just think about what I looked like at the beginning of the video when this whole thing started, and look at me right now. I think the whole look came together pretty nicely, especially since I was so worried about what this ponytail was gonna look like. So yeah, I don't think I need to say anything else except thank you guys so much for watching, and you will see me next time.